just as a disclaimer, as you can tell, this is Connor, and I lost my voice today. So for the duration of this podcast, I will be sounding a little bit weird. Just bear with it, and it will be better by next podcast.
What's good, everybody? All Ball Podcast here. I'm Josh, and this is Connor. Today we're going to be discussing the Nolan Arenado trade and a few NBA and NFL topics.
Yeah, so to get into it, the Nolan Arenado trade, we're going to go with that first. He just got traded to the Cardinals from the Rockies. Let me not say that. He didn't just get traded, but it's, pending?
It's reported by Ken Rosenthal, which means it's real. He's the Woj of MLB.
Of the MLB, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what, Arenado has a no-trade clause, but he hasn't said no or yes, but
He's going to say yes.
He's going to say yes.
He's going to say yes. He wants any way to get out of Colorado. They're doing nothing with the best third baseman in the league. But
wait, it's called. I'm a little bit of a baseball casual.
He's a baseball bot.
Is Colorado the one with the super short field, or like their field is dumb?
Yeah, because of the air quality.
Yeah, because they're super high.
Yeah.
So it's short, right?
It's not short. It feels shorter.
Oh, does it?
Because the ball travels.
Okay, that makes sense.
But go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So the trade package or the projected
package.
Okay, projected package is the Rockies are trading Arenado and $50 million projected for 4 or 5 of the Cardinals prospects, but none of the prospects are top 100.
So this deal is terrible for the Rockies.
Terrible.
Because they're giving up their best player, which, yeah, it's cool to dump them because you guys aren't going to be any good soon. The Padres and Dodgers are going to run that division for the next 5 to 10 years. So it's cool to start building up and prepare for the future. But you're giving up $50 million as well. You're paying for this year's.
You're literally giving him
and I think like a few million of next year. I don't think he's getting paid $50.
That's such a wild trade.
It's probably
That's
upper.
So bad.
He's probably getting paid upper 30s. So you're paying for this year and like a quarter of next year.
Or even this year and how much? Like a 30 mil ish?
Probably more, like 34, 35.
Okay, 34. So you're giving them a free year of Arenado and a free year of like a casual player.
Yeah. They could go out and sign a bench piece now, but
exactly.
This is a bad trade. This is a bad trade for the Rockies, especially them. You're trading your best player, and you're not getting a top 100 prospect back. I get that you're getting 4 to 5 players, but regardless, it's the best third baseman in the league, best defensive third baseman, best offensive third baseman. You should be getting a top 50 prospect even.
Yeah, at least. But is it pending because of? I know it's pending because of the no trade clause.
Yeah, that's why.
But do they have no room to mess with the trade pieces at all? Or can they still mess with it a little bit?
I'm not too sure. That's why I said. That's why I put on that, or that's why I said on our notes that the package is not confirmed because I'm not sure if they can move it around.
They probably can move it around a little bit.
Yeah, because there was a few players in there where it was like, if he, like on the tweets, it's like, oh, like this player, and maybe this player.
Okay, yeah. So they're still messing with it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about.
Go for it.
This puts the Cardinals, because the Cardinals are in a very weak division. They're in the NL Central. Cardinals, Brewers, Cubs, Pirates. Reds.
I was gonna say I don't know the divisions.
So this puts the Cardinals as a division winner, guaranteed. Lock it now.
Put your money on it.
Put your money on it.
If you're allowed to bet.
Put your money on it if you're allowed to bet. We're not, but the Cardinals are going to win the NL Central next year at about 90 wins, which is very low to win a division, but sometimes you just have those weak years. The reason why the Cubs aren't going to win it again is because they lost Darvish, they lost Quintana, they lost Chatwood, they lost John Lester. That's 4 pitchers in their starting rotation. So Hector, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Then you said the Brewers possibly.
Wait, what was Hector's take?
Hector said, "When's the next episode of All Ball Podcast?" And he said, "I want to see what you think about the Cardinals."
Okay.
So I'm telling him right now. And then you said Christian Yelich is back, which, yes, Christian Yelich is back, but they have no other team other than Christian Yelich. Josh Hader's been weak. They have Devin Williams out of their bullpen, who won Rookie of the Year. Congratulations, you have one bullpen piece. And they're not going to be able to compete with Jack Flaherty, Adam Wainwright, Miles Mikolas, and Carlos Martinez. I mean, they got they got average pitching. They got the best pitching in their division. They've got the best third baseman in the league. They've got a top 5 first baseman in Paul Goldschmidt. They're in good shape to win the division, considered it's so weak. Now, if they go in the East or the West, they're not going to win the division. They're going to be the last They're gonna have the worst record out of the division winners, but winning your division is winning your division, no matter how weak it is. As you've seen with the Washington.
Yeah, I was gonna say in football,
7-9.
Washington was the host of a playoff game.
They hosted the Super Bowl team.
That was wild.
But yeah. So
They hosted the Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl. I just put that together. Well, I didn't put it together, but that's crazy.
Yeah. So.
That's wild.
It's a great trade for the Cardinals considering they're getting Arenado on $50 million and they're giving up 4 to 5 prospects, not a single top 100 prospect. How many top 100 prospects do they have? I don't know. They don't have that great of a farm system, but if you're getting Arenado, 4 to 5 prospects is probably worth it.
Yeah. Are we moving on from that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So bad trade
for the Rockies,
but still in the works. What do you want to go over first?
Deshaun.
Okay, so we'll go over Deshaun Watson first. He requested a trade. But the general manager said what? They have no intention.
They have no intention of trading him.
They have no intention of trading him, even though I think it's been clear for a while
that
Deshaun Watson does not want to be there. And even his teammates, like, they feel bad for him. Did you hear
J.J. Watt?
Yeah, J.J. Watt was.
I'm sorry, man. We wasted one of your years, man, because he had the most passing yards in the whole NFL. And then I think I seen a stat. You're not gonna be able to find it. Trust me.
I'm not gonna be able to find it.
88% of the Texans' offensive plays involved him.
So
whether it's
ran 12%?
Whether it's him, yeah. So
him running or him passing?
Him running or him passing.
He only trusted his halfback 12% of the. Well, not him trust, but no, that is wild.
So 88% of the plays he was either throwing the ball or he was running the ball. It was so long.
I'll try to find that stat. I'll try to find it.
Yeah, so the GM denied it because they got a new head coach or general manager, one of the two. And they think that, they thought that was going to change his decision of, wanting to leave, but you're wasting one of his years. He's a top 5 quarterback in the league and I think they went 5-11 or 4-12. Regardless, it should not be that low. Yeah.
No. I'm just speculating in my head. So.
Boy, you look high. What?
Do I?
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, top 5 in his position.
Yeah.
On a bad team.
So imagine him with a decent.
Is he core. Bradley Beal?
Yeah.
Are they parallel right now?
Yeah, and Houston's down bad.
That isn't a bad.
Houston's down bad as a whole city.
Houston is nah.
They lost James Harden.
They lost James Harden, but they're not doing too bad without him.
Ooh, still missing the playoffs. They lost James Harden.
Probably still missing the playoffs. They can sneak an 8 seed now.
The Astros just cheated.
That was 2 years ago.
It's still... no one's forgetting about that.
Okay, but you can't say just cheated. That was 2 years ago.
They just got caught 1 year ago. Idiot.
They just got caught, but they just won 2 years ago. What's the point of getting caught if you won the year before? I'm saying, there's no point. Spilt milk. You're crying over spilt milk. I get it.
It's still to be speculated.
Because you're a Dodger fan.
And the next year they cheated, they lost. But, regardless... Then you got you get the quarterback that you need for a franchise, and
he doesn't want to be there.
You don't do anything with him, so now needs to
wasting
be out
talent. No, okay, yeah, but let's get back on that. Bradley Beal, Deshaun Watson.
It's all right.
Decent comparison. And speaking of Deshaun Watson and a Deshaun Watson trade, before we get to the trade.
Who was it? Where do we think he's going?
Oh, okay, you're right. Where do we think he's going?
I'll say where I think he's going.
I think if you say the team that I'm thinking right now, and it has numbers in its name. Okay.
So
I'll let you go for
Deshaun Watson needs to be traded to the Cleveland Browns. No, I'm just playing.
I was going to say numbers.
Deshaun Watson needs to be traded to the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo is a problem. He's always hurt, and he's hurt, so he can't play.
Yeah.
I think if he goes there, they got a nice young core there. They got Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, yeah, wait. How old is Deshaun? He's not
young.
Probably about 25, 24?
No, he's older than that.
Oh, is he?
But regardless, though, prime is 30 quarterbacks.
No, but I'm just saying he's young. He's before his prime. Or
no, he's in his prime.
If he's in his prime, then he's not young.
20.
Yeah, 25. What are you talking about? Talking about, oh no, he's in his prime. Prime is at 30.
He's been in the league for 3-4 years. So that means he was a starting quarterback at 21.
2017. That's what?
4 years, buddy.
4 years? Yeah, 21. It's not way out of the ordinary. Trying to tell me he was older than... How old did you think he was?
28, 29.
That's not young.
Well, because prime quarterbacks are normally 28, 29, and he looks like a prime quarterback.
He's just that good.
He is that good. So he needs to go to the 49ers.
No, 49ers, that was our...
They got a nice young core. Garoppolo's the problem. Get him out of there and go out and win that division. But they got another contestant, or not another contestant, but one of the teams in that division just got stronger.
I don't know the divisions.
49ers. The Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't know what teams are in the division. Los Angeles Rams. Which of the players was it? Was it Jalen?
What?
Which one of the players was like our new quarterback?
Oh yeah, Jalen Ramsey said that Deshaun Watson was going to be their new quarterback.
Yeah.
They ended up getting Matthew Stafford, which is still a.
It's still a good quarterback.
Yeah, it's still a good quarterback because he's old, but
it's not Deshaun Watson.
He's gonna get the job done.
Yeah.
More than Jared Goff. So Matthew Stafford got traded to the Los Angeles Rams for
2 firsts and a third.
And Jared Goff.
And Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is now a Detroit Lion, which is very sad. He's gonna get a Thanksgiving game because they play on Thanksgiving every year. Why? I don't know. But Jared Goff, I'm happy for you. I'm happy to watch you on Thanksgiving when I'm eating turkey and ham.
Before we get on to like Matthew Stafford and like how the teams match up, who was it? Was it Birdman?
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you gonna say who was it?
Because I thought I told you about it.
Like I'm just gonna click.
He tweeted out what did he said Jared Goff without Sean McVay is gonna be a bottom 5 quarterback in the league. That was pretty bold. I don't think Jared Goff is that bad of a quarterback. That there's 25 quarterbacks better than him. But yeah, I don't see what's his name? Well, MMG was like, yeah, the Rams get better and now the Lions get a Super Bowl appearance. Like the Lions aren't going anywhere with that. But
the Lions are literally who's a franchise that's just always bad in basketball?
Well, it's been the Knicks in my lifetime, but they used to be good. Who's been bad forever?
Timberwolves.
They were okay with Garnett. Yeah, I think every NBA team's had a little bit.
Well, we'll say the Timberwolves. That's pretty close. But
yeah, that's not bad at all.
So Matthew Stafford's now a Los Angeles. I almost said St. Louis for a second, but Los Angeles Rams, and now that division is more competitive. So all 4 teams are good in that division: Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks, Rams. That's 4 solid teams.
What's the 5th team in that division?
There's no 5th team.
There's 8 divisions.
No.
There's 32 teams.
Is there a 5th team in there?
Look
up NFC West.
All right, but keep talking.
No. I'm very positive. We're gonna throw the NFC West on the screen.
Yeah, so there's 8 divisions.
There's not.
There's 32 teams.
Yeah, there is. There's 4 of each. Yes, there's 8.
1, 2.
I knew it.
You bot.
I knew
You're
it.
such a bot.
How am I a bot?
I said there's 8 divisions. You go, no.
I wouldn't remember there were 8 divisions, but I knew what teams were in which division.
Okay. No, but yeah, the Rams do get a pretty much better.
Yeah.
Their defense is already solid. They just made their offense better. I personally don't think Matthew Stafford is worth 2 firsts and a third, though.
I'd say a first and a third.
Yeah, but 2 firsts is not substantially, but that's a decent amount better than 1 first.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in football.
Yeah.
Especially in football.
Because they get a lot out of their drafts, it feels like.
Yeah.
But we can move on because, I mean...
Well, where do you think... Actually, you kind of already talked about it.
They'll be second.
In their division? What do you think their ceiling is?
Second.
I'm saying like playoff-wise. Because I don't think...
Second round?
Some people are saying that they could win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. He's good, but I don't think that's the Super Bowl.
No. I promise they won't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 2nd or 3rd round.
The Bills and Chiefs on the other side are both better than them. Yes.
Yeah, they're not making the Super Bowl.
If they make the Super Bowl, I'll suck a... Moving on, guys.
Coming up on this, a week from now, is the Super Bowl.
Literally a week.
1 week from today. Mm-hmm. So Wednesday we'll have the predictions up.
Yeah.
But tell them what Tony Romo said.
Damn.
What?
I gotta make my prediction by Wednesday. I've been so back and forth.
You have been. You've been talking about fucking both sides.
So a few days ago, Tony Romo, the NFL genius when he broadcast.
Literally the NFL genius.
Yeah, by the way, he predicted the Super Bowl after they played in week 10, I want to say, something like that. He said, "Don't be surprised if these two teams are in the Super Bowl in February."
I feel like I always hear him saying stuff. Like, people will post a video of him saying something before it happens. I feel like I always see that.
Well, and then he calls out plays, like, because he was a quarterback, so
He knows the game so well.
But,
he's like the Rajon Rondo.
No.
No?
He's got more IQ than Rajon Rondo. He calls out plays as they're happening.
Coming from a Celtics fan, that hurts from me hearing that. Or that you're a Celtics fan?
I hate Tony Romo, but I know he's a beautiful football mind.
We will not let you disrespect Rondo. That we're not.
Rondo stinks. He doesn't even get playing time.
You're wild for saying that Rajon Rondo isn't the smartest basketball player of all time.
I didn't say he wasn't the smartest basketball player, but he's not smarter in basketball than Tony Romo is football.
I think you need to wait till Rajon Rondo starts coaching.
Okay, that's fine.
But we'll get on. What did Tony Romo say?
Tony Romo, so obviously Tom Brady's the GOAT. 6 rings, going for 7. He said if Patrick Mahomes loses this game, he cannot catch Tom Brady.
As the greatest of all time.
So let's get this straight. Patrick Mahomes is already more skilled than Tom Brady has ever been, will ever be.
And what was your take? I think you said it last week. Or maybe you never even said it on the podcast.
What?
You said Patrick Mahomes has potential to be the most skilled football player of all time.
Yeah, he probably already is.
Not already.
I think you need to watch some Patrick Mahomes craziest plays compilation. One of those like little kid ass videos you watch pre-game.
But most skilled of all time in year 3, 4? What year is he in? 3 or 4?
3.
3? You're saying he's most skilled of all time already?
Yeah. Nobody's ever made throws like him.
All right. No, that is true. I have not.
You're gonna watch a compilation.
I have not seen anybody throw a no-look sidearm pass. I've seen Patrick Mahomes do that.
Yeah. Which, okay, I want to say I agree with Tony Romo here.
Yeah, no, that's undoubtable.
If you want to catch up with the GOAT, you got to beat the GOAT. You're in your prime. The GOAT's out of his prime. He just threw 3 interceptions in the conference championship game.
Not only is he out of his prime, if you lose to him this year, not only do you need to chase 6 rings, you have to chase 7 rings.
He's already got 1, though.
I get it, but 6 rings is almost impossible. 7 rings, you're not getting that.
But what I'm saying is, right?
No, I fully
get what
you're
GOAT.
saying.
You got to beat the GOAT to be the GOAT.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in your prime when they meet.
You know the whole passing of the torch thing? If he wins this year,
He's passing it.
he passed the torch. And that's Patrick Mahomes' turn.
Officially passed the torch.
That's Patrick Mahomes' turn to
take the
reins
torch,
of the NFL.
Take the torch and
Who's the what's his name? The Chief. Don't tell me the Chiefs coach. Oh my God.
Andy
Reid.
Yeah.
Andy Reid. Is Andy Reid? No, I can't.
Don't say he's the greatest coach of all time.
No, not nearly. I was gonna say, is Andy Reid chasing Bill Belichick?
No,
but no, he's not. That's why
Andy Reid will never have that much. Andy Reid is a fantastic NFL coach.
But he's not Bill Belichick.
He's an above average NFL coach, but that's like saying
What? What? Can Tyronn Lue catch Phil Jackson?
No. Who's your guys' coach right now?
Frank Vogel.
Can Frank Vogel catch Phil Jackson?
No.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's a good comparison.
That is a good comparison.
The answer to that is no.
Absolutely not.
Like
you're right. I caught myself when I was saying that. I'm very sorry.
But I agree with Romo here. I like I like his brain cells about that, and I'm definitely gonna keep note of that when the game's going on.
If Mahomes loses, is this the word for word quote?
Yes.
If Mahomes loses this game, he cannot catch Tom Brady. I think. Oh, obviously that's true, but when you flip it too, if he wins this game, he's much closer to Tom Brady because not much closer because he still has 4 after this to win.
Mm-hmm.
But if he got 6 rings, it'd be like cool. But the fact that his second ring.
Okay, but let's say
against the guy he was
let's say
chasing.
this, right? If he goes and wins this one, and let's say he's at 5 and Brady stays at 6,
He'd beat Brady.
you think he'd be greater than Brady?
Yeah.
Just because of the skill set? Because you know how you know how that argument's stupid. You know
the greatest argument is completely different from the best argument.
Because then people will start throwing in like the best, like he was the best at this and the best at that.
Who's the guy your grandpa always talks about? Like old quarterback.
Terry Bradshaw?
He says some random name. He's like, well, he used to be good back in his day. He's a bot. If he played in this NFL, He wouldn't make a middle school team.
Terry Bradshaw. You know who that is, right?
No.
He's on Fox. He's like the super old. You probably don't watch pregame Fox.
I might have seen him before. Does he have like white hair and he's like kind of skinny?
He has white hair for sure. Cause
Is he kind of skinny?
That's just old people.
Oh, I've seen him before. He's the GOAT?
That's the GOAT.
That's the GOAT?
Can I not spell nuggets?
No, but yeah, personally, not these aren't predictions at all. But I want Patrick Mahomes to beat him just because I would love for him to take the throne.
Yeah.
But a lot of old heads are gonna give him a hard time.
It's also good that I'm gonna see and remember mid prime of a GOAT.
Yeah.
A GOAT, not the GOAT, a GOAT.
A GOAT.
But anyways, let's move on to NBA.
NBA.
We got some things.
What are we talking about first?
So yes, first of all,
We could bring up that slight couple topics.
so yesterday was a very eventful day for the NBA.
Okay.
Because first, let's talk about our teams first. Okay?
You want to talk about ours first?
Yeah.
I feel like we might go back and forth on that.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't have anything to say. We lost.
Okay, you're right. So, Lakers versus Celtics, $20 in my pocket. Kind of feel bad because of what happened. I'll let you talk about that because I know you're scarred for life.
Not for life. He's out 2 to 3 weeks.
You're scarred for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Actually, you're happy that it's only 2 to 3
I'm
weeks.
very happy.
Tell them what happened.
So Marcus Smart was kind of fighting under the basket with Montrezl Harrell, and
Don't say fighting. That makes it sound like Montrezl injured him.
fighting for a rebound.
There you go.
And you act like Montrezl is gonna be like, "How dare you put shame on my name?"
Montrezl Harrell and Marcus Smart are definitely two players that would fight.
Yeah.
And for someone who didn't watch the game, they think Montrezl Harrell injured him.
Montrezl Harrell injured Marcus
No,
Smart,
he
made him
didn't.
strain his calf.
They both went up for a rebound. Marcus Smart came down bad. And we were scared. I'm scared just because I don't think Marcus Smart deserved that. You were scared because Marcus Smart is, in your words,
The most valuable player to the Celtics.
I was waiting for the heart of the Celtics. Jason Tatum is definitely the most valuable Celtic.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He's the heart of our team. He's been a part of the team for a long time. He's been there through ups and downs. He's the guy that does all the dirty work on the floor.
Yeah.
And I think he's the heart and
He is the heart and soul of the
Boston.
Celtics. Of the 2020 Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
But it did look a lot like KD's.
Yeah, that's what scared me because I remember KD's and I remember him going down and then the dickheads cheer for him. But
Yeah.
like that shit was just, it was so scary. I thought he was out for the year.
We thought it was an Achilles injury. Turns out, now at first they did say left calf strain. But that's the same thing they said about KD. But for KD, they didn't give a timeline. Now they gave it 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, and they said it was a grade 1 tear.
I didn't get that one. Can you tear your calf? You probably can tear anything. But obviously rest up.
He said I'll be back soon and posted on like Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
So that's good to see that
Rest up. We want to see you back.
he's in
soon.
good spirits. I would love to see him back within the next month. Month will be cool for me because personally he's getting a nice little break.
Yeah, take your rest, 100%.
Because we're gonna make the playoffs. We're not gonna fucking slide without him.
In my opinion, Lakers should have lost that game. Obviously, I'm happy we won that game. I got $20 off of it. But Cardiac Kemba missed a step back midi that I've seen him make 100 times.
Don't think we could call him Cardiac Kemba anymore.
Daniel Tice missed a
Put back.
semi-open. It was pretty open. It wasn't wide open. There was someone next to him, but no one was contesting him. And it was a putback that he's made 100 times. Both of them missed that after Anthony Davis forgot how to play basketball, fumbled with the ball.
Kemba ripped him.
It was hardly a rip.
Enough to make the ball come out.
Yeah,
It
anyway.
wasn't like AD was
But
like,
that's something AD should not have.
well, you know he got doubled.
I don't care. Hold the ball. You're stronger than both of the players.
Yeah.
You should not have lost the ball right
Do
there.
you hold the ball with full strength when you're going up for a shot?
With 20 seconds left? Yeah.
You're shooting like this?
He didn't even go up for a shot. He went
He
like
was
this
going
and he
to.
lost it.
He was going to.
He should have taken better care of that ball.
He should have, yes, but you
what
don't
I'm
hold the
saying.
ball like.
Obviously, but if there's 20 seconds left, you make sure you don't lose the ball. But we won 1 point,
96-95.
96-95.
Jason Tatum had a few clutch shots at the end. Makes me happy. Makes me smile nice.
That 2-on-2 matchup, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Anthony Davis, LeBron James,
We outplayed them.
there was a very good two-man game. Even though some other people were helping out, Kemba Walker wasn't helping out. Definitely, 1 for 12 with the missed game winner. But I'm done talking about that game.
Yeah,
the game's over.
I'm more relieved that Marcus
Marcus Smart
Smart's
is good.
not out for the season because I thought he would be.
Before we talk about this one, because I think that's the most important one, we'll bring up Damian Lillard's. He hit a game winner on the Bulls, and I don't know what the exact stat is, but the Bulls, I think, have blown the most leads this year. This was one of them. I think it was ESPN, midway through the game, had the Bulls' chance of winning at 99%. And I think that, from someone that I watched, that was the 7th game this season where they had a 99% chance of winning. And
7 is a lot. That might be a stretch.
And they lost like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
But regardless, you don't lose those games.
I thought you meant they've had a 99% chance and lost it 7 times.
No. They lost like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Which is wild. 99%. Obviously, it's chance, but they lose so many leads.
Yeah, no.
This was one of them.
Zach LaVine's got to step up at the end of games. They can't blow leads like that.
Yeah.
Who's their best defender?
The Bulls, probably Wendell Carter Jr.
He's a big, isn't he?
Rookie, or is he his second year?
Is he a big?
Yeah, he's a center.
He's their best guard.
The best defensive guard?
Defensive guard.
Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn is a pretty good defensive guard. He's not anything crazy, but then again, Dame time, he's notorious for sending people.
Hold on, can we talk about that call first, though? The jump. That's such a bad call.
That was not a jump ball. Oh, I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen. Literally, so I follow a Bulls fan who posted that picture, and he was like, they called this a jump ball instead of a foul.
Yep.
Such a wild picture for you to be like, yeah, that's it.
Chris Dunn's hurt, by the way. So.
Oh, is he hurt? Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, Wendell Carter was their best player. Damian Lillard at 44.
9 and 5.
With the game-winning...
14 in the third quarter.
Game-winning...
Or 14 in the fourth quarter.
Game-winning step-back 3. And they didn't play...
McCollum.
CJ McCollum. Enes Kanter picked it up a little bit.
McCollum and Nurkic are hurt.
But yeah, I just had to shout that out. Game winner. Bulls should have won that game. They need to stop blowing leads.
Thaddeus Young almost had a triple-double.
Yeah. Thaddeus Young is Thaddeus Young.
He had 8, 11, 11.
That's why. What's his name didn't play?
Chris Dunn?
No. Both of their good defenders.
Who?
Wendell Carter Jr. didn't play either.
Oh, shit.
So they had no good... Lauri Markkanen is not a good defender. Patrick Williams is a good defender, but not a great defender.
He's young.
He's a rookie. Daniel Gafford's not a good defender. Zach LaVine's not a good defender. Kobe White's athletic, but I wouldn't call him a good defender. Thaddeus Young's, his defense isn't crazy. Garrett Temple, his defense is pretty good. Otto Porter Jr.'s defense isn't crazy. Thomas Satoransky's not a good defender. Cristiano Felicio should not get minutes on an NBA court. He should not be in the league right now. Cristiano Felicio should not be on an NBA court. And Denzel Valentine's not a good defender. They had 0 good defenders, which is why they probably let up a comeback.
Imagine Nets and Bulls.
You know what Nets and Bulls would look like?
150 to 120.
What happened tonight? 2 teams with 0 defense just trying to outscore each other. I don't even want to talk about that yet. That's for the end. Let's get on to the LaMelo game. LaMelo had a fantastic game.
27 off the bench.
Do you know who else scored 27?
Who?
His big brother Lonzo.
Yeah, 27 against the Bucks?
Was it against the Bucks? I know that Lonzo dropped another 27 points.
So LaMelo had a big game. He had 27, 5, and 9.
With a crazy alley-oop to
Graham, Devontae
Miles.
Graham. Miles Bridges.
Yeah. 27 on the Bucks. He had 27 on Drew. That's wild.
7 for. He's trying to get his draft stock up. I seen him taking
His
a lot
draft
of shots.
stock for when he gets drafted. His trade stock.
Straight stock.
No, but this game he was playing with confidence. Lonzo has always been good when he's confident. That's their whole ball brother thing. LaMelo, when he's not confident, fucking trips up on the ball and stuff.
Yeah.
Their whole thing is about confidence.
And I definitely like that he was confident that game, but there were some shots he must have had a big second half because I watched the first half and he wasn't all that. But
no, he might have picked it up.
Yeah, so 27, 5, and 9, that's the rookie of the year. Let's just wrap it up now. Unless he gets hurt, but I hope to God he doesn't
you
get
never
hurt.
predict an injury. That's terrible.
Giannis had 38.
Yeah, my boy Lonzo, 27, 35 in 35 minutes. Such a good game. Brandon Ingram, bro, I love their young core. They need to figure it out.
Nickel Alexander-Walker is good too.
Yeah, he is. Didn't he drop
He had a 30
40
point.
something this year?
Yeah, he had a 40-point actually.
Was it 40 or 38?
40.
Yeah, he had a good game this year.
He looks like he could be a little star.
A good little backup point guard? Or
No, I think he
shooting
could
guard,
start. Not on this team right now, but I think if you let Bledsoe's faggot ass go, I mean, we can't say that on here. No.
You can. He averages 7. Oh, that's his career. I'm not starting anyone that shoots 42%, 29 from 3. I don't start anybody that does that.
He's getting better.
He's not starting material, Josh.
He will be
Oh, eventually.
next year.
Yeah, he's only 22.
So I'm saying.
I would relook at this next year. But yeah, LaMelo, big game. Rookie of the
Wrap
year.
it up.
Nikola Jokic ended the 11-game Utah Jazz win streak.
22 after the first, 33 after the second,
Jokic.
and he ended up with
47,
47, which tied his career high with 11 rebounds and 5 assists. 5 assists kind of low for him.
Yeah, but if you're scoring 47,
Yeah, I want to know too. Who'd he scored on?
why am I tripping right now? Who did he score it on?
Who'd he scored on? Who'd he scored on, Connor?
Oh, I wanted to say something about this. I do not know why I forgot. I wanted to say something about this. The defensive player of the year. Well, not this year. Last year. Oh, no.
2-time.
Did he win last year? It was Antetokounmpo. Huh?
But he's still a 2-time winner.
Yeah. I wanted to say something about this because I also wanted to talk about the Jazz specifically. But he did. And at first, when I was like watching a little bit, because I didn't watch the whole game. I was doing homework. But at first, I seen him hit, like 2 threes? And I was like, oh, like, no wonder he's putting up good numbers. He's stepping out, and Gobert is not a good perimeter defender at all. He cannot guard you at the perimeter. So that's what I was
He
thinking.
looks so sluggish at the mid range.
Who?
Like Gobert looks like he's
No,
like,
yeah, Gobert
he doesn't
can't
shuffle
move.
his feet.
He can't. He's not mobile.
It looks like he's like walking back on his heels.
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, he's probably just like pulling it back. But then I tuned in for a couple seconds, and I seen him posting up Gobert.
Yeah, he posted him up a lot.
So I was like, that's wild. And he hit a post spin or like a shimmy post spin,
and got him.
and he got him. And I was like, on Gobert. So I was like, he's not even just stretching the floor.
You gotta think.
He's working Gobert.
You gotta think how many times they've already played. They played a 7-game series just in the playoffs, so like he's seen his moves before.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them, because I'm sure that
No, Gobert
Jokic
doesn't,
just
or
added
not
to his
Gobert.
bag.
Jokic doesn't post up as much as I would expect him to. I would expect him to post up a little bit more, just because of how big he is. But
6'11", that big. But I love being able to stretch the floor. You know how I feel about centers that do that. I love.
no, you love him, which is why I wanted to talk about the Utah Jazz.
Scroll. How many threes he get?
I think he had 4 or 5.
4 for 4 from 3.
That's what it was. 4 for
17 for 26.
4, which is yeah.
So 13 for 22 from the field.
Let me see if they kept it up. 2, 7, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So before this game,
They were 15 for 17 at half or something like that from 3.
swear.
Something like
Well, I
something
mean, it looks like
insane.
it. Look at their percentage.
No, something insane. They had an insane stat at halftime. I think, what was it, 16?
18 for 28.
I think they were 13 for 17.
It might have
15
been.
for
It might have been
27.
something like that.
Or
But
17, my bad.
they, I think with this game, tied the record for most games in a row with 15 3-pointers made. And that doesn't sound like a crazy stat. But what 18 times 3 is, oh my God, 18 times 3.
183.
54. They had 54 points, all 3-pointers. They tied with the Rockets last year, most games in a row with 15 made 3-pointers. And they're on an 11-game win streak. The reason why they're winning games is because no one can guard them at the 3-point line.
Yeah.
But
The Jazz being, by the way.
the Jazz, I counted wrong. I'm an idiot. They made 20. So they're still on that streak. The reason why the Jazz are doing so good is because no one can guard them from 3.
Mm-hmm.
They had
60 points on threes today. More than half of their points were from threes.
Jordan Clarkson, come on.
Jordan Clarkson is the defensive player of the year. I don't want to hear it from anyone.
Huh?
Jordan Clarkson, I said defensive player of the year, didn't I? 6th man of the year.
Thank you.
Very, very sorry.
You said it so confidently. Huh?
He only had 13 tonight, but
Yeah, but look what he shot, 4 for 13.
he had a bad game. Let him be.
But it's Donovan Mitchell's first game back too.
The reason why Utah was on an 11-game win streak, and I think they're still first in the West, right?
No, the Clippers passed them.
Did they? Oh, with their win on the Knicks tonight?
Yeah.
Regardless, the reason why they're on that streak is because for some reason they're so hot from three. Like, they're wild hot from three. They slowed down a little bit tonight, but they still hit more than half of their points were from the 3-point line.
Yep.
So I wanted to ask, are they real? Like, is that a real team for them to be a 2 seed in the West?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I think personally.
I've been on them from the start.
I think personally they could be a high seed in the playoffs, but what we saw today, if you have a center that can stretch the floor, like let's say they're 2 seed, right? We're 3 seed. The Lakers. I'm talking about Jazz Lakers, right? We're gonna see them in what? The second round? Or we would see them in the second round? I don't think the Jazz would be able to beat us. Because Anthony Davis, if needed to, can stretch the floor.
Yeah.
So let's match him up against, like, say, the Clippers. They don't really have a center that can stretch the floor.
Who's the power forward for the Jazz?
Depends.
Derek
Paul
Favors?
Millsap, Derek Favors, Royce O'Neal can run a little bit of 4. They're all decent defenders.
No. You wouldn't put Gobert on Gasol.
You would.
But Gasol's not doing shit on offense.
The thing is, whoever they put him on, if they put him on AD, first of all, AD can stretch the floor.
AD can stretch the floor better than
Gasol can shoot pretty damn good too.
Yeah, no, he's a good.
That's why the Lakers are beating them. Just
it's
because
not a good matchup.
It's not. But what I was talking about matchups. Say they play the Clippers, Zubac is staying in the paint the whole game.
That's a good matchup.
That's a great matchup. They might be able to beat the Clippers.
What the fuck is the 5 seed?
8 and 6.
6-game win streak? It's because they got Ja back.
Wow, they did. They were on a little win streak before that, though, weren't they? They won like 2 games.
They won like 1 or 2, and then they came back. Wow.
But look, staying on the matchups, I'll talk about all these ones up here. Say the Jazz play the Nuggets. I think they lose that. Jokic.
It's going to be another good series.
Basically, the Jazz, if they want to make a run in the playoffs, need to pray for matchups. But I do think that they could compete with some of these teams.
But let's say first round, 2-7, they play the Blazers.
What, Nurkic? Nurkic can stretch to midi. I feel like he could shoot a decent... I feel like I've seen him hit a 3 before.
I don't think so. I've never seen him hit a 3. I don't watch Nurkic highlights either, but I don't think you do either. But
Warriors...
James Wiseman.
That's a crazy matchup. Imagine they get the 1 seed, or imagine they stay 2 and the Warriors go 7. They could lose first round. Warriors could beat that team.
Yeah. Especially playoff Curry.
And, not to be disrespectful, Jazz don't have good perimeter defenders. They don't. Royce O'Neal is their best perimeter defender. Royce O'Neal. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. So Curry's torching them. Basically, the Jazz need to pray for matchups. But I don't know if I want to talk about the Jazz too much longer. We just needed to. They deserved it. They went out on an 11-game win streak.
Wait.
What? What happened?
Put up the standings on the screen right now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You're telling me the Grizzlies could make the playoffs? Dead ass. Who's better than the Grizzlies that's not in it?
They've played 18 games. They've played 14 games.
Oh, yeah. It's called COVID. Think about it, Connor.
Yeah.
Really think about it. Who in the West deserves it more than the Grizzlies? The Spurs? The Rockets, maybe?
Let me look at this.
The Rockets, maybe.
Rockets, maybe.
The Rockets are probably the closest. The Mavericks.
Mavericks are going to come into the playoffs.
Never mind. My fault.
Take the Grizzlies now. Put the Mavericks in.
I didn't realize they were still down there. That wow, 5 losing streak? Ouch.
Yeah, did you hear what Doncic said?
Doncic isn't an all-star starter, by the way. Hope you know that.
Not this year.
28% from 3.
I still think he has MVP potential. He was my pick for MVP this year. I wanted him to win MVP, but off to a slow start. His team's 8-12. But yeah, they better pick it up. No way the Mavericks don't make the playoffs this year. And the Grizzlies are off to a good start.
Not even a good start. They're just hot.
Yeah.
They started 2-6.
Yeah, but like I said, you don't let a team go on an 11-game win streak and not talk about it.
So shout out to the Jazz. I think they're
Shout
real.
out to the
You
Jazz.
think they're real depending on matchup?
I think they're a real team. They definitely are good enough to be at the top of the West, but I don't think they have any chance at a championship because they have to face. They have to at least face us, and that's if they even make it to us in terms of matchups.
They would pray that the seeding matches up where the Clippers knock you guys out,
Yeah, they have to pray for something like that.
which is somebody sliding pretty far.
No, say like. Oh yeah, one of us would have to. No, if the Jazz get the 1 or 4 seed, and then the Lakers Clippers get 2 and 3 seed, they don't stay still at the conference finals, or the Clippers possibly. They just have to pray that if they're 1, Lakers have to be 2 or 3.
They're not going to get the 1 though. I don't think so.
No, okay, well let's say if they're the 2,
But
if they have the 2, they need to pray that we have the 1.
But AD's gonna sit out some games. LeBron's gonna sit out a few.
I think the Lakers will be the 1 seed,
You
one
guys
one
will
or
still
2
get-
seed.
Think he'll still get the 1?
That's what I said, 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah.
If we're the 2 seed, the Jazz need to slide all the way down to 4. Because if they're 3 seed, we see them.
Imagine just selling.
Like,
So not
that's
see
honestly, it sounds weird. It's kind of like
tanking
a little bit, but
Tanking to not see
tanking
the
for seeds, not for
picks.
For picks.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think that does wrap it up. Was there something I wanted to talk about today?
I don't know, but I just want to note that
The game. Right.
Oh
right
yeah, hold
before.
on. One thing, another thing, just real quick. You don't say
for it.
anything about it. Trae Young looks like he's back.
Okay.
Carry on.
I just
Kendrick
wanted.
Perkins. Do you see he says carry on after everything?
No, I did not see that.
Bro, we're gonna go on his Twitter after this. Every single tweet, he says something. He goes carry on.
Yeah, he's an L analyst. I deserve his job. We deserve his job.
I like his take though today. Jason Tatum is the best scorer in the league behind Kevin Durant with 0 flaws.
That's a hot take, but it's not
so
inaccurate.
hot. It's a warm take.
It's a warm take. No, it's a hot take because I don't even think he's top 5 in scoring. Actually, he might be.
Scoring ability or scoring like points
Scoring.
wise?
Scoring. But his scoring ability is probably number 2 in the league right now. Just because he can do everything. And he's 6'8"? They said he grew to 6'10". He didn't grow to 6'10".
He said it was his hair, by the way.
Yeah, but before we end the podcast, last topic, I just wanted to talk about this game that happened like right before we came here.
This 295-point scoring game.
So the Nets lost. The Nets, who will be a top 4 team, top 3 team in the East, lost to the worst team in the East. They lost to the Washington Wizards.
You know what these numbers mean?
24. Kobe Bryant?
No.
Rest in peace.
Shout out Kobe. But
Shout out Kobe.
the Wizards have 4 wins, 2 against the Nets.
That's such a
It's a real stat.
That's a crazy stat. That's so crazy. But honestly, it was a matchup.
Throw up that sequence on screen now as we talk about it.
Which one? The steal and the 3 steal 3 or the
3 steal 3, yes.
that one?
Yes.
So-
Fuck that last foul.
Okay.
Shit. Don't show that. You can show the blown layup too.
This game was which team? That's most of Nets games, but sometimes that's not the game plan going against the Nets. Like sometimes the game plan going against the Nets is let's try to slow them down. The Nets said let's score as many as we can without James Harden, and the Wizards said let's score as many as we can, and the Wizards scored more than the Nets.
Yep.
Correction, Bradley Beal had 37? Russell Westbrook said, fuck KD. I'm going to come out and drop 41 with basically the game winner. And I'm very sorry, Russell Westbrook. We were on
Disrespected.
We were on FaceTime.
Straight up.
Westbrook took the dumbest shot. Time still left on the clock.
22 seconds.
Took a fading 3-pointer. And he bricked. And so I told Josh, I'm like, yeah, Russell Westbrook has not been clutched since Oklahoma. And then
Which was facts. To be
it
honest.
was at the time.
At least shooting wise.
Bradley Beal came down, hit a 3. Now they're down 2, I think. Then Joe Harris.
No. Joe Harris runs to the left, runs back. The dude throws it to the left still.
Throws to Garrison Matthews.
Garrison Matthews
who
kicks it.
Steals it halfway, kicks it to Russell Westbrook, puts up the catch and shoot three.
Bang.
Drains it. And then some BS goes on with a game-winning attempt and a foul. Which,
Timothy,
by the way, Timothy Luau-Cabarro missed a layup.
You suck.
That's so wild.
Timothy, you stink.
I've been saying wild a lot this podcast. But yeah, that was a crazy game.
This was a good week for NBA.
It was. It was
You
a
know
good
we
week for everything. This is probably the most
eventful
overall
sports week.
Yeah.
Is that it? We're wrapping this shit up.
Shout out Westbrook. I'm sorry I disrespected you.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna see this. So
free Bradley Beal though.
Free Bradley Beal. Westbrook. You get out of Washington too.
Go to the Lakers and ruin their team.
That'll wrap up this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe,
Share.
Also share with all your friends. Put them in your Zoom calls.
Share with your hot moms.
Share with your hot moms and your hot dads. Is that it?
Yeah. Sorry about his voice.
It's hurting.
He sounds like Pop Smoke, but yeah,
So
guys,
like
that's
the way
gonna
that I
wrap it
walk.
up.
Like the way that I
Super Bowl
walk.
predictions on Wednesday.